Alright, hey, Hades Mega here. So it's been about a week since I got the a little more than a week since I did the wheel alignment on the Black Widow Galant VR4. So we found out that the toe is off by like half an inch or something. I don't know why it's not in degrees or inches, but so basically I think what we need to do is make the arm longer. Okay. So to do that, I am going to install an active toe eliminator kit. Okay, so what that does is it kind of eliminates the rubber bushing part, okay, and it makes it a solid spherical kind of bushing, and then you can adjust the bushing in and out. So in fact, effectively, you can use it to adjust toe. So we'll have two ways to adjust toes: the eccentric adjuster, and then the eccentric adjuster bolt. Okay. The one that goes, you know, it spins around and like it's shaped kind of like a oval, and then the actual rod end, okay. But you're gonna have to I think to adjust that you have to actually take the arm off of the car. So what I'm gonna do is since we can't get enough toe because the adjustment is all the way out, I'm just gonna unscrew it all the way, okay, as much as possible, and then we'll stick it in there. All right, so that's the plan, and then if hopefully that's not too much toe, but they can use the eccentric adjuster to get it to fine tune it is what I'm gonna say, okay. But I guess ultimately if it's too much, then I'll have to tell them, yeah, you can just take the arm off and then adjust it. You know, it's not easy to adjust, okay. You have to disconnect it from the cross member to actually adjust it. But anyway. So what I got going on today is I had ordered a set of active toe eliminators from Volk Metalcraft. I did a post on Galant VR4 and DSM tuners about this active toe eliminator. Will it get me enough toe to get my car back into alignment? And then they were saying like, well, actually I sent an email to Paul from VMC, okay, Volk Metalcraft. And he said that, yeah, it'll give you like 3 or 4 times the adjustment, you know, compared to stock. So it might work. But he said like, yeah, you should probably fix the broken arm first. So what I'm gonna do is I don't have much time today. It's getting dark already. I'm gonna jack the car up, take the wheels off again, get it back up in the air again. And then I'm going to go inspect that trailing arm, and I'll shoot a video tomorrow when the sun is out. But I don't have a whole lot of room to work with because these freaking cars are in the driveway. But yeah, all I'm going to do today is get the car back up in the air, take the wheels off, put the wheels in the backyard, okay? And then tomorrow we'll inspect the trailing arm to see if there's any damage. I had already ordered the kit, okay? But yeah, so hopefully this will do the trick. We'll see. But if I can't find any obvious damage to the arm, then I'm just gonna say, hey, yeah, man, just install the active toe eliminator kit, and hopefully that'll get us back in the spec. Because you see, I'm driving the car around just fine right now. I don't really see any problem with it. So, other than, yeah, we can't get it aligned anymore. So, hopefully this kit will do it. And also I heard it gives you better traction. The toe doesn't change, okay? The toe doesn't change under load is what the active toe eliminator kit does. So whenever the trailing arm moves, the toe changes. So and then your alignment gets all messed up. I've heard a lot of things like it'll give you more oversteer. It's actually not supposed to give you. The way to describe it is like under load, you should get worse traction, right? So I would think you would have more understeer than oversteer, okay? You should actually have more oversteer than understeer with the stock setup is what I'm saying. But they're saying like, yeah, you'll have a more aggressive handling. Like it'll oversteer more. Like I don't see how that is. But yeah, it'll be static. Basically what it does is it keeps the bushing from deflecting under load. Okay. So we'll take a look at it when I get them, okay? All right, here's Miguel. I'm gonna go take the wheels off, and then I think that's it for tonight. Right? So once again, Galant VR4 in the driveway on the jack stands again. It's never ending, dude. I'm telling you. All right. Well, yeah. So how do you like my T-shirt? I got this T-shirt from primedriven.com, they had some kind of raffle for like a JDM Galant VR4. I was like, yeah, I don't really want another Galant VR4, but you know what? That's a nice t-shirt. I bought it. So it was like 25 bucks. So if you guys are interested in buying like a cool Galant VR4 merchandise, they have some at Prime Driven. I don't know if they'll have them, how much longer they'll have them, but there's another t-shirt with like a silhouette on it. I kind of wanted a combination. I wanted the one with the silhouette, and then it said Galant VR4 on it. The other one said like Super VR4 or something. Like, I don't know what the hell that is, but I know what a Galant VR4 is. So yeah, I got this t-shirt at Prime Driven. So if you guys, I don't think there's really many places that sell Galant VR4 merchandise. So, all right, here's we go. Alright, Hades Mega here. It's the next day, and I'm gonna go work on the car, and it's starting to rain. I cannot believe it, man. So I probably won't be working on the car for very long. I think so no matter what, the trailing arms are coming back off of this car. And the sad thing is, like, the next piece of suspension that everything is connected to, you know, everything is connected to the cross member, right? Well, the next one where everything else is connected to is the trailing arm, okay? So anyway, so I had a lot of questions telling, or I had a lot of, I posted on the Galant VR4 and DSM tuners, and they were just like, yeah, you know, you should probably replace the trailing arm, you know, if it's bent. And like, well, the thing is, it's not, I don't think it's bent, man. It doesn't look bent at all. It looks perfectly fine to me. I don't see any damage on it. It's in great shape, and I don't know where this arm came from. I think it's from a 3000 GT, because that's what the previous owner told me. So yeah, but it looks perfectly fine. I'm looking at it. You would think you would, if it was bent, you would see like it kind of crumpling a little bit in places, you know. Now what I think is damaged is the actual bushing itself right here. But when we take it off, we'll take a better look at it. But I'm looking at it right now. It doesn't look like it's damaged anywhere, dude. Let's go underneath. I remember I inspected everything, dude, and everything looked fine, you know. Yeah, this is the parts on this car are in great shape. That's for sure. The previous owner took pretty good care of it. But yeah, honestly, I don't see any damage anywhere, dude. It's not bent anywhere. So I don't understand what the problem is. You know? Other than maybe this is damaged. But I think if we can install this active tow eliminator kit, I think it should be fine. Okay, so it looks good, guys. You know, what do you think? If you're watching my video right now, what do you think? Everything looks good. Everything looks straight. I don't see anything buckling or bent or anything. This arm looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The only thing that got damaged was the cross member. You know, there's nothing I could physically see. Like, it could be bent, you know, and I don't know. Maybe what I could do is I could take some measurements, maybe take a measurement from like the brake disc to this right here, and then compare it to the other arm, you know. We could do stuff like that, but like really, just at a glance, I don't see anything wrong with this arm, dude. I see no reason to replace it. You know, one, it's gonna cost me more money, and two, it's a pain in the ass to you know, to move all that stuff. But actually, let's go underneath here. Yeah, man, I don't see anything bent here. It looks fine. Everything looks fine on this. There's no problem with it. Now this could be damaged right here, okay? Or it could, maybe the cross member is damaged. It could be the cross member is damaged too. You know, this one, maybe I didn't get a good one, I'm not sure. You know, but I find it kind of funny, like how the side that got hit would be the one that's damaged, you know. But the cross member went on fine from what I remember, so I don't think anything is tweaked either. Everything went on the way it's supposed to, so yeah, that's what I want to say. And in the meantime, since we got the wheel off, we can probably fix this too. I guess it's starting to rain. I guess we're not going to be able to work out here for very long. That's what I want to say. Okay, so anyway, I will take the trailing arms off. I think the extent of what... Hey, kitty, what's going on, buddy? Just taking a walk, huh? Anyway, I think I will work. I'll work on taking the brakes off today. Okay, really, the only thing that's got to come off is the brake caliper. and the brake line, the parking brake line. Okay, so we'll take care of those today, and I think that's all I can do before it really starts raining. Hopefully it stops raining, but that's all I'll get done today, I guess. And then hopefully the arms won't be hard to take off. I'm not going to get a video of me taking the suspension apart again. I already did it, so hopefully it'll be easier to take out since I took it out pretty recently, is what I'm going to say. Okay, but yeah, you know, I hope this active tow. Oh yeah. Also, I did take a look at the adjusters. Okay, so if you take a look at the adjuster on the right side, the bolt is all the way to the outside. Okay, and the notch doesn't even go to where the adjustment notches are, where the little tick marks are on the bolt, the adjuster bolt. So yeah. So you can see this one is pushed out all the way, but this side is fine. This side aligns fine, but I find it kind of funny that it's like that. I think it's because this is a 3000 GT arm. It's wider than the stock arm. Okay, and so, but it does align. It aligned perfectly before, so I don't see why I want to do it now. So this one is the same story. Okay, see how the bolt is all the way out. Okay, the other one is, I think it's off spec just a tiny bit. I think they adjusted it so this one would be a little bit better in spec. Okay, but both of them are all pushing out. So I think if we install this active tow eliminator kit, you know, and I rotate the adjuster, I adjust the joint, or the, you know, where the bushing goes. All right. If I adjust it all the way out, I make the arm longer, okay? I make the arm as long as I can make it. We can actually use these adjusters, because these adjusters are maxed out, okay? So I think this will work, okay? I will adjust all of them fully out, so you can actually use those adjusters, so you can actually fine-tune it with the adjusters. Right now they're all maxed out, okay? And as you can see, where they were before. Where was this one before? Oh no, this one was over here before. Yeah. This one was all the way down. Yeah, this one was actually all the way down here, because you see, I made a mark here. And you can see it. So when I took this one out, the mark is right here. Okay, it was actually down here. So, and then I actually moved it all the way out. So if we could make this move farther back, the whole arm assembly, move it back, make it longer basically, I think this will work. You know, hopefully it'll work. Yeah, I really don't like the suspension on this car. It's definitely, I think the second gen suspension is much better than the first gen suspension. The suspension components are just kind of strange on this car. You know, they're not well designed, is what I want to say. Okay, so also, yeah, let's take a look at this one. This one is the same story. Okay, so this one actually, the shop didn't move at all, because you can see the mark is down here and the notch is right down here. I can feel it, it's right here. The notch is right here. You can't see it, probably can't see it in the video, but the notch is right here. So actually they probably moved it. They moved it a teeny tiny bit, I guess, but you can see it's maxed out. The tick marks are over here. These are actually supposed to be down here, okay? so it's actually not supposed to be out that far. So I think it's because this is a 3000 GT arm is the problem. Because I mentioned on the forum that this had 3000 GT arms, and they're like, do you really have 3000 GT arms? Because if you install 3000 GT arms on the 1G suspension, it actually makes the track wider. And I remember the previous owner, they mentioned that this car did have 3000 GT suspension, and what they did is they machined the wheel, okay, because the back is wider, so it sticks out more, right? So they machined the wheel so it had a more positive offset. It has positive offset. So what they did is they shaved here. They shaved this. They did the opposite of adding a spacer, right? And yeah, it's so they could line up the rear track with the front track. Okay, is what I want to say. So I believe these are 3000 GT arms because that's what the previous owner told me, and that's what the previous owner did. they made the wheel more positive offset to make up for that wider track. So why not just use freaking Eclipse suspension? It'd be normal, right? But yeah, I don't know, man. But I did look at some 3000 GT arms on eBay, and they look different. They look totally different in this. They have a it has the drum inside it. It's like the 2nd gen brake thingy. So I don't know what the deal is, man. But I'm telling you, this is like a Franken DSM, and it's got like parts from, it's got like Outlander brakes now. It's got Evo 8 wheels. It's got 3000 GT rear end. It's probably got a Eclipse or 3000 GT front end, and yeah, dude, there's just parts from all sorts of cars on this car.
So it's been like a week since I worked on the car. Okay, so the last video I shot was when I got the active tow Eliminator. So I got them, so they're ready to go on, but I haven't touched the car for a while since the last video. Okay, so I think what I decided to do is we're gonna do one side at a time. All right, so I'm gonna try to take one side out, put it in, then put it back in the car. Okay, so since this side is clear today, and you can see there's no big tree here anymore, my neighbor cut that huge tree down so it doesn't rain these freaking black little seeds all over the place that get us all over the paint and floor. So that's good. But the problem is there's freaking sawdust from that palm tree all over my car. So I'm gonna clean that off real quick, or at least clean the area we're working in, and then get to work. All right. So so yeah, the car's just been sitting here. I've got a bigger solar panel. I got a bigger solar charger for it. The battery's starting to go flat, so I needed a more powerful charger, and so I built one. I got a 35-watt solar panel sitting on the dash right now, so hopefully that'll do the trick. I only had a 5-watt one before. It seemed like it worked okay, but every once in a while you should really drive the car, you know. But I'm hoping that the 35 watts is enough to charge the battery. So that's my little experiment going on. So it was at 12. It charged up to 12.1 volts today, but then it got all cloudy and stuff. So yeah, it didn't charge at full power for very long. That's what I want to say. So I think it'll output a max of 2 amps when it's fully charged when charging. So yeah, pretty excited. So we'll see what the voltage is tomorrow. The car is kind of in a bad spot. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This car should be facing south, the other way, but it's facing north. So to get more sun coverage, I should flip the car around. But that's okay. It's better than nothing. And this car doesn't really have the big drop, but it's just been sitting here for so long that the battery's it's hard to start the car now. That's what I would say. I couldn't even run the radio yesterday. It was so thing. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm just gonna start taking apart. Let's take a look at where I'm at right now, and then I'll just start taking stuff apart. All right. So my goal is to take the trailing arm off today. Okay. I think we're about halfway there from taking this side off. The other side is maybe like a quarter of the way. Okay. All right.
Okay. Here we are. So looks like what we got done is we've taken the brake off. Okay. That's a good chunk of it right there. And I've disconnected the axle, okay? Yeah, the axle's free, but I left a bolt in there, okay? So the next thing that's got to go is these arms, okay? This arm and the lower arm, and then the shock, and then the sway bar. Actually, let's do the sway bar first. That's like the hardest one. So we'll do the sway bar, and we'll get the ball joint poppers, and we'll get it out. Okay. So, but hopefully it'll be easy to get these out, because last time they were pretty hard to get out. Okay. So, but since we took it out pretty recently, I think they'll just come right out. I hope. All right. Here we go. So basically, sway bar, upper, lower tie rod, and the shock, and then unbolt it from the cross member, and then we got it. Okay. We can probably weld the Deleon with this, but my goal is to get this in the garage tonight so we can work with it in the garage and install the active tow eliminator on this arm, and then like I'll put it back on tomorrow. Okay. All right. Here's me go. We'll see how far we get. All right, here's me here. I got it all done. All right, so
what I did is I left these arms connected. That one will not swing down unless I loosened it, so I loosened it. This one is just kind of floating up here, so really all I gotta do is drop it, so I left this one in place. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. I got the sway bar out somehow, and I used this tool again. It was scary. It did pop out, but I found out if that is tightened, it won't go very far. Okay, if it's loose, it can explode. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it should be ready to go. All I have to do is take that bolt out over there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some measurements before we take the arm out. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is measure. What I'm gonna do is measure from here. Okay, from this edge here to like, I'm gonna mark the arm somewhere. Okay, I'll mark it like straight ahead, like right here. I'll mark it with a silver pen. Okay, so I know where my pointer reference measurement is. Okay, and then we'll have to make sure that the distance is longer. Okay, we want to make sure it's longer when we put it back on. Okay, so the idea is we need to make the trailing arm longer so it can give us more toe out, because right now it's extended fully. Okay, if you look here, there's the bolt. The bolt is all the way to the outside position. Okay, so we want to make this longer so we can actually use this adjustment to, you know, fine tune it. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is we're gonna install the new arm, and then we're gonna adjust it all the way out. Okay, and I think that might work. I think it's because of these 3000 GT arms. I probably should have just got a pair of Eclipse trailing arms. That might fix it, you know, but we'll see if we can find one later, you know. But Hades Mega's gambling that it's just $200 part will thing it, you know. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to make a mark straight where this intersects with the cross member. Okay, and then I'm going to measure that, and then we're going to make sure when we put it back on how much longer it is compared to that. Okay, so I'm going to get like a tape measure or something and measure it. Okay, I'm almost ready to take the arm off, but I just took the measurement. So the measurement I'm taking is from, I decided to measure from the back of the cross member right here. Okay, okay, I'm making this measurement right here. Okay, so from the back of the cross member to the bolt. Okay, so that bolt is not gonna be there when we install this new thing, so we're gonna weld some holes over it, so hopefully I can keep that mark on there. But it's pretty much 10 inches. Okay, you can see 10 inches. All right, almost 10 inches. It pretty much bisects the bolt. Okay, let me tighten. So yeah, see, that's the measurement right there, 10 inches from the bolt, from like the center of the bolt pretty much. So if we can get it more than 10 inches would be good. Okay, let me put it back on. All right, so this hole, this won't be here, and this hole won't be here when we put the new one on. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go take it out now. You gotta take out that 101 foot-pound torqued bolt out, and then the whole thing should come out. I also want to take the shock out. So, all right, let's make it up. Ooh, okay, ta-da! I got it out. All right, so hopefully the mark is still on there, and so we're gonna start taking it apart now. All right. So here's all the parts. I should probably clean it up while we still got a little bit of light left. I don't think we're gonna reinstall it today. We'll just focus on getting the new part, the toe eliminator installed. Okay, but there's this here, and then this, the axle. I probably could just tie it to this, I guess. That's what I'll do. We'll tie it to that, and we'll just let this flop down like that. It'll be fine. It's loose right now, so. And then yeah, just leave all this stuff on here, and then I'll put the bolts back where I found them, so I don't lose them. I'm not looking for, actually, yeah, what we might do is just probably when we put that back on, we'll put it back on a little bit, part of the way. We'll just put the shock on, and then whatever we can quickly, and then we'll take the other one out. So it's easier, this sway bar is easier, I don't know, one side is easier to take out. Okay, but anyway, So clean up, and then we'll go try to install the active toe eliminators. All right, let's make out.